Hello my friends and welcome back. Yes, today we're going to respond to a few comments from my video from yesterday where I featured the three Filipina ladies who were having a casual discussion about passport bros. Listen, if you guys are hearing some background noise, that's my wifey downstairs cooking up some Mongolian beef with steamed rice and broccoli. Yeah, that's on the menu today. And your older man is hungry. So just, if you see this face and it looks a little weird, that's because I'm expecting to eat soon. All right. So listen, subscribe guys, hit the notification button. And of course, get me over on askanolderman.com if you want to book a session to have a conversation with me or if you need any mentoring. Okay. So we're going to get straight into it, but I got to tell you guys first a little bit about why we're here. Western women just can't handle the fact that their men are leaving. The men are leaving and they're going overseas. And they're still on with the whole, I'm a boss bee and I deserve this and I deserve that. And the head and the
Lost my ass working to get it myself before having a man ever get it for me. See, something that I learned about wanting a rich man, wanting a rich husband to come save your life and pay all of your bills is one thing. Dude, when they leave you, they're going to rub in your face that you are what you are because of them. And it's like, great, you're getting all of the bills paid, you're getting a whole bunch of gifts, but like, what's in it for you? Like, what does your future look like as a woman? Those times where women were cleaning the house and cooking and men were just paying all of the bills, at least for me, it just does not exist anymore. Like, dude, I gotta build my own empire. I gotta have my own money. I gotta work for myself, because the day that a mother effer wants to leave me, I'm good. I don't need you. I don't need you. And there's nothing wrong with wanting a man with money. It's just, I feel like a lot of girls are not ambitious enough to be the rich girl themselves. They rather sit around and wait.
And yet, they're losing their men. And they're not getting any better. These women, a lot of these women seem to be doubling down. I don't need no man. I don't need no man. Until they hit the wall. 31, 35, 36. Yeah. When the wall hits, then it's, oh, I can't find a man. I can't find a man. I want a man and I'm lonely. Why am I pretending? Let me just run this one video, okay?
I'm not engaged or married. I'm single. I don't have any kids and I don't own a beautiful big house. And according to societal norms, I am not where I should be at my age. A lot of the times online, I seem to see all of these people with these relationship goals. And it can make single people like us, who by the way are choosing to be single, but it can make us feel like we're not where we're supposed to be in life. So here's a bit of content for you, to let you know that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And I don't know about you, but I'm having a bloody amazing time. And not that there's anything wrong with having kids or being married at 30. But don't let your age determine where you should be in your life. Just do what makes you happy.
It just amazes me how women can just blatantly lie to pretend and defend their bullshit. Oh, I'm having a great time being alone. Human beings are not designed to be alone. We are social creatures. And don't let age define who you are. Delusional. The older you get, the less desirable you become. Simple. There's not no man running around looking for old ass women. None. I keep telling you guys, that 30-year-old gap, when women are still sort of in their 20s in their head and they're still kind of stupid thinking that they got time, not realizing they're almost middle-aged, meaning half of their lifespan is almost gone, they still think that they got it. And so they just sit around pretending like everything is okay. Geriatric pregnancy is just knocking on their door. So you guys have to realize that women in Asian countries or even Eastern European countries that are not, where the women are not modern and feminism have not dug its nasty claws into it so deeply. They are choices. They are choices, gentlemen. And that's what all passport bros are aware of. So let me read a few comments and respond to them, okay? This person said, why do they want Western men? Because they want them to take care of them. Of course, they want them to take care of them. All women want a man to take care of them. That's every woman's desire. And I had to respond to this. Which woman doesn't want that? A man's job is to protect and provide. What do you think that means? The word provide is exactly what it is. Spend money on them. Take care of them. Women are more vulnerable when they have a child or when they are alone. That's when they need protection and provision. So this idea that, oh, these Filipino ladies just want to use men for their money. Yes, they do. The only difference between Western women is that their price is ridiculously high. And men are saying, no, we're not going to freaking be your absolute slave, pushing ourselves to a point where we literally cannot even exist. And with the possibility of you leaving us when we have reached an age where, hey, things are starting to slow down. Most of these women will leave men in their late 40s and 50s and then take half of their shit. Because the laws in the West are designed to protect women. That's it. It's heavily skewed against a man. That's why passport bros are saying, hey, I'm going to go find some alternatives. It's cheaper. The women are more compliant, more gentle, much more feminine. I'll take that and add the fact that they're actually easier to get along with. But more importantly, the country is cheaper. I am moving. Passport bros don't bring women back to the West. They stay in those countries. These are men who find remote jobs, meaning they earn US dollars and spend it in the Philippines. They spend it in Thailand. They spend it in Romania. They spend it in countries where the currency is worth thousands of times more money.
This is the perfect country for passport bros, and here is why. The cost of living is 49% lower than the US. Rent is 80% cheaper. The crime rate is 16% lower. And you could live like the top 1% with only $2,420 a month. You could grab a ticket right now and be there in literally a few hours. More on that in a bit. You can live the bachelor dream in style when rent is between $235 to $635 for a one-bedroom apartment in the city center. Groceries are around $220 to $300 per month. Utilities $140. Fast internet is only $18. And an unlimited cell phone plan is $16. You can easily take your date to a decent restaurant and spend $17 for the both of you, or ball out at a luxury meal for just $38. It's easy to stand out when the average Joe here makes only $765 a month. Being a breadwinner while your wife stayed home could not be easier when rent for a 3-bedroom house is between $280 to $1,070. The average 3-bedroom home is around $198 to $273,000, and you could live like royalty with only $4,980 a month. Leave a comment if you've guessed the country. Looking for wifey material? It's a piece of cake when 85% believe in traditional values, 64% report being happy. The divorce rate is only 1.4 per 1,000 marriages, and the fertility rate is 1.6. 57% of the population is women, and 54% of those are under 25. You don't have to worry about speaking another language because 31% of locals speak English. Ready to pack your bags? All you need is your passport, and you can stay visa-free for 90 days. Then you could apply for a long-stay visa and stay for over a year. And the country is Romania.
So you guys have to understand that simple principle. Men are not stupid. In the West, they just think, oh yeah, you got to work, you got to pay for me. You got to even pay to get to know me. Because when we go out on a date, you better be paying $300-400. Woman, I don't even know you. Why would I pay $300 or $400 just to get to know you? I don't know if I want to go out on a second or third date. And it seems like that every man has to start at $200 to $400 just to get to know a woman. It's freaking ridiculous. When a woman in the Philippines, you can go for a walk and buy some street food for $2 and she'd be more than happy just to get to know you. It's insane. Let's look at another one. So this gentleman says, yes, passport bros do go abroad, but they do get betrayed overseas just as much. The difference is, if a woman overseas betrays you, it's easier to walk away. Hospitals are cooperating with women, enabling their promiscuous behavior. Never sign any liability for any child before you've done a DNA test. Never. Same thing applies in the West do not have a child with any woman without having a DNA test done, because promiscuous women are 10 times more prevalent in the West. That's a fact. Now, I'm not saying, gentlemen, that you think that these Filipino women are not promiscuous. They are. Oh, yes, they are. Even when they come over here in Dubai, they're not as sweet as you think they are. So I know them well. The point is that men know this. Men know that women are the same anywhere you put them in the world. They can be just as promiscuous women anywhere you go. They can be very traditional women anywhere you go. The difference between Western women and Asian women is that you have many more choices, traditional countries. Gentlemen, you should be able to identify them very, very easily, because you got a lot of practice identifying them in the West. So I appreciate the warning from this gentleman, but for some reason he think that passport bros are just stupid guys that are just, oh, let me go get my passport and go over there and find all of these nice, beautiful women. No, my friend. The kind of person it takes to pick himself up and uproot himself from his comfort zone in his own country, that is a different type of mindset, my friend. I know this because I've done it. I know the kind of person it takes to do that. You know how many people say to me, oh man, I don't know how you could just leave Cayman like that. You know, everything was so beautiful here. Why would you leave and go to Dubai? Because I had enough. The cost of living is ridiculous. The pace of work, it was wearing on me. So I made a change. Well, couple that with the fact I also wanted to see this side of the world. I had been all over the Western Hemisphere, and I wanted to experience something else as I got older. So it's a multitude of things, but never ever regretted it. And the cherry on top is it's also one of the best places to raise girls. Next one. At YY said, this may be a controversial take. Western women think that they are Lamborghinis, Rolls Royces, and all high SMV, sexual marketplace, and men will flock to them. Eastern traditional women are like Toyotas. They are there to serve you and to take you and to give you a good experience. So, as men, do we want a top car that breaks down frequently, requiring constant maintenance, and only when the stars align will you get a good experience, or a good, reliable, comfortable Toyota? All right, that's a good analogy. But he has a point. I don't even think that they are Lamborghinis. They're not. The average woman in the West thinks that she's a Lamborghini. The average woman thinks that she's a 10. Every woman thinks that she's a 10. All of these women are like Hyundais, Toyota Corollas, with a hell of a lot of mileage on it. But they have this Lamborghini, the Lamborghini label, not even a freaking good label. It's painted on. And that's the makeup and the freaking fillers and the Botox and the fake hair and the nails and the fake boobs and the BBL. That is the sticker that's over the top of it, and swear that they're Lamborghinis and Mercedes and every luxury car out there. That's one way I can add to this analogy. So that's what we're dealing with. If you look at that video yesterday, those ladies, 3 beautiful ladies, not one stitch of makeup, no fake nails, no boobs, nothing, no lip fillers, nothing. Just simple, ordinary women having a conversation. And if you look at the comments, 99% of the comments, I think at this point I have over 300 or 400 comments. 99% of the men say, I will take that over a Western woman any day. So you can't beat that. It's not just me. It's not coming from my lips. Modern day women in first world countries play checkers without any strategy to protect their men on the board. Asian women in second and third world countries play chess to strategically take all valuable men off the board against modern day women. You have a point. I hear what you're trying to say. The point is that these women in Asian countries, they know how to play the long game. Chess is a long game. Checkers isn't. It's a quick, easy game. A lot of Western women basically see what they can get out of a man as quickly as possible. Ultimately, their strategy is Let me get a child out of him so that I can secure child support. And then let me see if I can marry him eventually so that I can leave his ass and get alimony. And then she knows that she's good to go. And that's where the problem come in. It's a short game. Asian women, they want to be taken care of, just like Western women. But they're willing to work with a man. They're willing to say, you know what, I'm willing to give up X for his protection. Just like how it was in the old days. Western women said, I ain't giving up shit. Not serving him. I'm not interested in and listening to him. I'm not going to be submissive in any way, shape, or form. But I still want him to pay me an outrageous amount of money, putting all his effort into taking care of my ass. And in return, I'm going to sit on my ass, occasionally spread my legs when I want, and that's it. Because that is the prize. That's what Western women are saying. Tell me I'm wrong. Anyone, any of you ladies, in the comment, you tell me I'm wrong. This gentleman said, I almost missed my flight back to the States from Cebu and didn't care at all. My fiance was upset because of how nonchalant I was about it, while others were panicking. Haha. Her and her family has taught me so much about what's important in life, and the warmth they show makes me feel at home. Her mother was even crying when I left. Never thought I'd be dating a woman abroad, yet here I am. Didn't even have trouble dating in the US and just wanted to try something different. I chose the hard path, but it's all worth it when you have a woman that respects and appreciates you wholeheartedly. There you go. If you want to hear it from a man that's living it and he understands it, he didn't need to go over there. But when he went, he realized, wow, it's a lot better over here. That's all he's saying. Kofi, frankly, as a woman, I can't be one who answers to other women. That's not grown woman adult behavior. It does not serve me, not one bit, especially when these women won't do and can't do a thing for me that's meaningful. I would answer to my God and then my man any day before I succumb to the opinions and idea of other women when it comes to my relationships with my husband or my marriage overall. This is a Western woman who understands. So guys, I'm not saying that all women are like this. I have a Western wife. You know, she cooks, she cleans, she does all the necessary things to be a good wife, and she works as well. But on the other hand, I have to uphold my end of the bargain as well. All I'm saying is that both parties have to give and take, give and take. My only goal as a man is to serve my family and to serve my community as best as I can. That's it. That's a man's role. The woman's role is to educate the society. She's the first line of education when it comes to our kids. But the problem is feminism have told women, yeah, you don't have to do that role. No. You shouldn't be a baby-making machine. No. You shouldn't listen to a man. No. You should just go out and do exactly what men are doing. You should compete with men. Why should they have all the fun? And I'm doing that in quotes, the stupidity of it. You want to go out and work as hard as a man. You can't do it like a man. But now, so many women are not doing their part. Birth rates around the world are plummeting. The reality of it is females are out of pocket. And the only thing that caused that is feminism. Shergundi says, I'm also part Asian and grew up with thousands of first-generation Asians. Women from the Philippines are much wiser than a lot of American men realize. A lot of them are traditional, hard-working. It's how we are raised, but they also have a lot of expectations. A lot of them are also straight hustlers. Laugh out loud. They love money and they love Louis Vuitton. Crying. Asian women aren't as passive as men think, especially once they are married. Strong personalities and they run the household. They can be tiny little tyrants. Also, you will take care of their parents and family. I get Western women can be problematic. Don't get played by these Asian women with sweet voices telling you guys what you want to hear. Yes, and I repeat it again, men aren't stupid. Men know that these women will play them. Like I said, and I will tell you gentlemen this over and over again. Women are women wherever you go. They will play you. And every culture, in every woman, they will try to take the dominant position. You do not let that happen. She wants to be a tyrant in the house. You check that, put that in place. Sure, she will want you to take care of her family. Happens everywhere you go. Imagine if you were in the West, your wife's mom had a disease or she got old and she had nowhere to go. What would you have to do? You would have to bring her in the house, stay with you, take care of her there. You would have to put her in an old people home. Yeah, the government might take care of a portion of it, but guess who's going to take care of the rest? You and your wife. Yeah. So I don't understand when people say, oh, Filipino woman, they just want you to take care of their family. Yes, it happens everywhere. Everywhere you go. Somebody got to take care of the elderly in the family. So stop looking for excuses to discredit a man going overseas to find love and to build his family. It's sickening to listen to. Because when you break it down, we're all the same wherever we go. Mr. K.A. said, I can listen to these Filipino ladies all day. They're feminine and sweet. Whereas the other Western women that appear on this show, a minute tops, it's got to a point where I actually felt sorry for average men stuck in the West. I'm glad to have escaped. Plantation, ain't it? Yeah, this guy got out, and he want you to know he got out. So here's another gentleman. I do not disagree with the content, but what to do, my opinion, is missing in this discussion is why modern women behave like this. I can fully understand why some of these modern women do not learn to have respect for a man when brought up by a single mom. I, man, was raised by a single mom in the 70s and had no idea until I was about 18 years old what was to be part of a family, and I'm still struggling with the social interaction at age 40. Maybe we should help them instead of mocking them. My friend, the reason why we're here is because we have an overcorrection from feminism. Women never had many rights back in the day. They wanted more. We gave them rights. But like all females, they will push. They no longer want just equality. They want superiority. And men, because we try to, you know what? Listen to this psychologist explain it much, much better than I would be able to, because I think he puts it together perfectly.
You can go back to, say, the Victorian era, and men used to treat women with an extreme amount of deference because the generations living then remembered a time when the world was a lot more difficult than people now remember it being. So the physical inequality between men and women was emphasized because the world was a much more difficult place. Men took a paternalistic and patriarchal view on how women should be treated, and women wanted men to take that. They wanted to be safe. They wanted to be provided for. They wanted to make sure their children were safe, and men did what they could. Now, men have won. They've, the fact we've got aeroplanes flying overhead and the fact that we're not about to be invaded is the victory of Western man. Then for some reason women decided, okay, well, I'm not afraid anymore. I want what you have. You don't do the things that we do, so you can't have what we have. But men just want women to be happy. They want them to love them. They want their approval. And so if gaining women's approval means pretending women are equal to men or, saying this, that, the other, whatever it is, they'll do it. And it's completely taken men off of the throne that they sat on. This throne was never imposed by authority, actually. It's imposed by consent. And the second women withdrew their consent for the man to be on that throne, the throne collapses and the men are just standing around going, okay, well, I guess I'll just play video games and drink beer all day and smoke weed. And if you don't need me, I won't do anything. Because that's really the whole raison d'etre of being a man, just to be needed by someone else. And it's always been women.
And that pretty much summarizes the problem that we're in. But to conclude, gentlemen, we're not in the best place. The reason why birth rates are so low is because women have now become men. Women are working 10 times more than they did in former generations. Women are more unhappy.
I'm 27 years old. I've no money and no prospects. I'm already a burden to my parents. And I'm frightened.
I don't see this being a good thing for women. They think it is because women hate accountability. Women hate to say shit. We were wrong. They will never tell you that. We know that. They will live in the pain and suffering, and they won't come together in a consensus and say, hey, we need to do something about the problem that we're having. Because they're too divided, they're too individualistic. It's every woman for themselves. If I can take out the competition, if the competition isn't happy, then I don't have to worry about her. If she's acting like a hoe and I'm not, I'm good. She's out of the game. So until women come to the point where they realize, shit, we are losing, this problem isn't going to change. I am saying to you that we are in a bad place. And for those women who won't identify that they're in a bad place, then you're going to just ultimately have to deal with the consequences. Because personally, I won't be around to see the ultimate destruction. In the next 50 years, South Korea won't exist. Japan will collapse shortly after. And more societies will disappear as the birth rates cannot exceed the amount of people or old people that are going to die off. It's inevitable. It will happen. So my friends, listen, I'll leave it there. Just wanted to, give you guys a little feedback on what people are saying, because I know a lot of you don't go back and read all the comments, but I'm bombarded with hundreds of thousands of comments constantly. Whatever is current, I definitely read all of them. Okay, so guys, before you leave, give me a thumbs up on this video. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And of course, book a session if you need any help from me. Till next time, remember, whenever in doubt, always ask an older man. I'll see you soon. Cheers.